Saturday. It's for Mommy's Motorsport. We are here actually to give the best, and we're actually getting to be a little bit quicker as we have on the list. We have guests that we think we should give enough time to discuss a few things. What happened in the Gorillas in the Mist Rally in Kampala, and of course what is coming ahead of them in the 2016 NRC. That is going to be the SMC Mal Solin rally that's going to be held in the district of Masaka and of course Lakai, Chotela, the ends of that side. We are actually going to be getting off, starting off straight away with the WRC. I'm Frank Hayes to present you the show, and I'll give you the names of my guests as they get to sit on the set. Starting with the Formula One, that's the Chinese Grand Prix, is at the door, being the second round on the world block. We are seeing that the Chinese Grand Prix, of course, we had from the unusual, actually it was the unusual in the qualifying rounds. We saw Red Bull come up heads up, and of course Daniel Ricciardo putting up the fastest pace in the qualifying rounds, and you may be seeing over with the ambience. Then the news running around the globe is none other than the world defending champion, that's Formula One champion, that's the Bruton, that is Lewis Hamilton, who is actually going to be starting at last position on the grid. That is starting lastly at the grid. This has been spontaneous, been with the problems because he changed the engine in the course of start of the season. And of course, we're seeing of him. Let's get the beat of the ambience. I'll let you keep posted on what's coming next over them, and I'll give you who has kept in the heads up in the lead at the Chinese Grand Prix qualifying rounds, as in the much anticipated competitions coming underway come tomorrow late in the day.
The drivers start their laps of the Shanghai International Circuit by building up to 325 kilometers an hour along the pit straight. In 2015, the field were entering turn 1 at 325 and slowing to 90 kilometers an hour in third gear as they travel through the long 270-degree right-hander that continues into turn 2. Turn 3 follows immediately with a second gear 85 kilometers an hour left, before the drivers hit the gas and accelerate through turn 4 and then blast through the kink of turn 5. They were hitting the brakes at 290 kilometers an hour in 2015 for the second gear right-hand hairpin at turn 6, which can be an overtaking spot in the race. The drivers then accelerate back up to 270 for the 6th gear double apex left-hander that forms turn 7 before flicking right down 2 gears to 160 for turn 8. After a short squeeze of power, they brake for the 105 km an hour third gear left-hander at turn 9 and then accelerate through 10 before hitting 285 along the short back straight. Turn 11 is taken in second gear at 85 and turn 12 follows immediately. After a touch of the brakes in the first part of the corner, the drivers then accelerate through the long, again 270-degree right-hander that becomes turn 13. The left front tyre is really worked hard through here before exiting onto the main straight. In 2015, the drivers were reaching 332 kilometers an hour in 8th gear along the 1.17 kilometer main straight, which provides the best opportunity for lining up an overtake at turn 14. The drivers break down to 65 kilometers an hour at the apex and take the right-hander in first gear. The final
we're actually giving you a lighting through of how tomorrow is anticipated to be. I remember I told you the man who has stayed on the grid on the pole position is, of course, Nico Rosberg took up the lead, of course, and then we look, he takes the pole position, and as Daniel Ricciardo has proved to be more better. Mercedes this time, of course, they're trying to beat up the competition from the likes of Ferrari and then come to Red Bull. Remember, these are all teams have all produced world champions, and look forward to seeing what happens up tomorrow. Of course, remember I told you the Bruton is, of course, Lewis Hamilton didn't have a good start. And remember, he has not had a good way altogether in the season, as it has been. It opened with his the first 2 rounds, and we saw his teammate keeping in the lead. That is Nico Rosberg. He's now leading the Formula One grid by 50 points ahead of his teammate, of course, Nico Rosberg. Actually, the teammate Mercedes teammate, that's Lewis Hamilton, comes in second as they try to keep the championship in their hands as Team Mercedes. Well, let's get the bit of the ambience and see how it happened in the qualifying rounds, and straight away go into the other arena, that's WRC.
2014 And what a lap by Marcus Ericsson, very good indeed. That pushes Kevin Magnussen back into the bottom six, and it's Renault with Palmer and with Magnussen who have 2 cars eliminated. 1:36.2 for Rosberg is 1.4 seconds faster than his best time in Q1. And our Mercedes thinking they can get into that top 10 and start the race on soft tyres, which will give them a longer first stint than those on the super soft tyres come the race. Ricciardo goes second fastest overall, as you can see, half a second down and only a couple of tenths back on that. There goes Danny Kvyat. Raikkonen does go quickest then by a tenth of a second. What about his teammate, Sebastian Vettel?
Well, that's what has been happening at the qualifying round in Chinese Grand Prix. Dan Ricciardo has proved to be a man to beat as in tomorrow's race, as in Team Mercedes has had its own driver, who is now currently leading the World Championship, that is Nico Rosberg, coming in second on the grid. We would see the Aston coming up in tomorrow as we get away straight to the WRC. Latestly, the latest from Team Citroën, they have gone ahead to test the 2017 rally car, the D3, which is on sooner to be unveiled in the coming rounds of the WRC. Let's get the test of the Citroën team that they did earlier in the day today. Well, that's none other than the man at the wheel was Chris Mickey, was at the wheel when he took the rough gravels of the road at Vauxhall in the test in the South France on Thursday. Away from there, of course, the team had a number of tests in other terrain. The team is in preparing the CS3 will be launched soon, as in the team news is running over in the WRC on the WRC link, indicating that sooner than later, that is, will be early next year in the Rally of Monte Carlo, they hope to unveil the monster machine, the D3 Citroën, in that run of the test of their car. Away from the team Mercedes, we had Volkswagen trying their best, also putting up their energies to see they also go testing in the weight of the Rally of Argentina. That's going to be running next weekend, in the weekend. And of course, you see how much the car prove to be much moving and much faster, as each team is trying to improve in their workout of their car as the competition gets over neck to neck. Sebastian Ogier still keeping up in head at the team Volkswagen. Sebastian Ogier is still having a lead, and he's still holding the car. The car performance is still in response, as in his team, Yari Rativala, though he had a mechanical graceman in the second round that saw him drop out mysteriously. We hope to see them laying up again in the Rally of Argentina come next weekend, as in the battle continues for the WRC Championship. The other side of the Hyundai i20 team, the Hyundai named Dan Solon heading pardon in the top of the opening European gravel round for the WRC season in Portugal next month. Thierry Neuville and Kevin Abring will drive the Korean manufacturer second steering. That will be the at the Vodacom Rally of Portugal. That will be running in the weekend of 16th, 19th to 22nd May. That is next month. That's the team i20. And information floating from that side is indicating that the latter, the Wheel of 2015 specs i20 Rally class car, will make its debut in the Rally of Portugal. Let's get into the break and come back straight away with the local guest we have in the studio. We discuss what happened in the Gorillas in the Mist, I beg your pardon, Gorillas in the Mist Rally in Kavale, the land, the sweetest land of Uganda. We had a lot said by the man coming from that side. Let's keep at WBS TV, and you get the best as you may wish.